I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and in this video we're going to talk all about seat cover options for your 2007 to 2018 JK. Now there are going to be a lot of different options out there, and these are just my picks, my opinion on some of the best choices depending on what you're looking to get out of your seat cover. So make sure you check out all of the other options on the website, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. That way you can check out the detailed videos on all of the options that are available. Now there are going to be a few different reasons that you'll want to install a set of seat covers on your Jeep. One is going to be covering up some existing damage. So your seats can take a beating when you're getting in and out of them, and some of the older JKs can start to show their age. Instead of taking that seat to an upholstery shop and having it completely reupholstered, which is an expensive process, you can go ahead and throw a seat cover on the seat to give it a new refreshed look. Another reason to run a seat cover is going to be protecting your seats. So if your seats are still in good condition and you want to keep them that way, you can add a seat cover to help protect that factory seat. A third reason to install a set of seat covers would be just to change up the look of your interior. You can get different color seat covers, different styles, or just refresh and give your interior a custom look. And finally, some seat covers will also add a little bit of functionality as far as some storage goes, so that's just another reason to add seat covers onto your Jeep. As far as the installation goes, all of the seat covers we're going to talk about today install in pretty much the same way. They're going to either stretch over top of your existing seat, and some can be a little bit tough to stretch over the seats just because they're a nice tight fit, but overall you're going to stretch them over, you're going to lay them on top of your seat, and you're going to use a variety of hook and loop fasteners and straps to make sure everything stays in place. So we're going to talk about 4 different seat cover options today, and again, these are just my picks, just my opinions on some of the best options out there depending on what you're looking to do with your seat cover. The first one is going to be the seat armor seat cover. That's going to be one of the least expensive options and also one of the simplest options. We're going to talk about the Smittybilt gear seat cover. That's going to be one that adds a ton of storage functionality. We're also going to talk about the Barricade custom trail-proof seat covers. Those are going to be a little bit less expensive option, but still offers some nice protection. And finally, the top of the line Rugged Ridge Neoprene seat covers. Those are going to be the most expensive, but also offer the nicest look and nicest fit and finish. The first seat cover I want to talk about today is the Seat Armor Jeep leather seat cover. Now this is going to be the simplest and the least expensive seat cover that we're going to talk about today. So if you're just looking for something to offer some light protection, you don't want something that's form-fitting, this is going to work for you. This is essentially a terry cloth towel that has the Jeep logo right in it, and it has a cutout so that you can slide that portion right over the headrest of your seat, and that's really all that holds this in place. A lot of other seat covers are going to be a lot more form-fitting. Again, they're going to have individual panels so they actually look like the seat itself. This is not going to be that. So if you're somebody who has your top down a lot, you just want to keep the sun off of your seat, this is going to do that for you. This is going to offer a little bit of a softer, more comfortable feel, and it is going to offer some light protection as well as changing up the look of your interior. The next seat cover is the Smittybilt gear front seat cover, and this uses the MOLLE system to allow you to attach a lot of different storage solutions right onto the seat cover. So this cover is really less about protection, less about changing up the look of your Jeep, less about covering up existing damage on your seat, and more about adding functionality so that you can add some storage to your Jeep. What you're seeing here is actually the back side of this seat cover because that's where all the action happens. Of course, on the other side that your back actually rests against, you wouldn't want any of these storage bags attached to it. So this is going to be the part that's on the back of the seat. This is actually showing what the side of the seat is going to look like when you actually have this installed on your Jeep. So as you can see, you have the MOLLE strap system on the entire back and on the side of the seat cover, and you get all of these bags that attach right onto that right out of the box. So you have a spot for a flashlight, you have a couple of different options here for first aid, for all kinds of different storage. And the idea behind the MOLLE system is that you can move things around, you can easily take these with you if you need to and then reattach them, and you can get anything else that uses that MOLLE system and it'll go right on the seat cover. So you can buy additional pieces from Smittybilt, but you can also buy additional pieces from anybody else that uses that same MOLLE system. So this is going to be a little bit more of an expensive seat cover than some of the other options that we're going to talk about today because this does have a lot more going on. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into manufacturing all of these little bags and these little pieces than a more traditional seat cover. If you're somebody who is looking for a seat cover that is going to offer a little bit of protection, but is really more of a functional piece to add a bunch of storage to your interior, I think this is definitely going to be the way to go. This option is the Barricade Custom Trail-Proof Seat Covers, and this is going to be the first traditional seat cover that we're going to talk about. Again, the seat armor, that was a little bit more of a towel. The Smittybilt is a more of a storage solution, and this is going to be something that is a seat cover. Now, this is going to come in a couple of different pieces, as you can see, so it covers the back, the bottom, and the headrest of your Jeep, and it's going to be a canvas style material, so it is going to be something that's a little bit more about function and a little bit less about form. This isn't going to offer the same visual impact as some of the neoprene seat covers. Those are going to look a little bit nicer in my opinion, but they're also going to be a little bit more expensive. If you are looking for something that's a little bit more down and dirty, stripped down, just offering that protection that we talked about, I think this is going to be a pretty good choice for you, and it's going to save you some money over those other options that we're going to get to. The last option we're going to talk about today are these Rugged Ridge neoprene seat covers, and these are going to be a little bit different from some of the other options that we talked about in a few ways that you'll notice right off the bat. One of those is that these are year range specific. So those other seat covers, they worked for any JK. These are going to be specific to a few year ranges within that JK model year because Jeep did change up the interior a little bit. So these are going to be specific fit to those specific seats, which make them a very clean fit, a very nice fit, very tight. You're not going to have any wrinkles. These aren't a universal fit seat cover at all. These are going to be very, very specific to your JK, which gives them a very nice fit and finish. These also have a lot more structure to them. You can tell by the way that they're standing up here. These have a little bit more body, and that comes from the slightly thicker neoprene material that they're made out of, but also the fact that they're made out of these panels that are all sewn together. So that's going to offer a lot more structure, a lot more body, but it also offers a look that these could just be your seat. When you open the door to the Jeep, you don't look at these and think seat cover, you look at them and you think these could just be the seats in my Jeep. So these are going to have a lot more fit and finish than those other options we talked about. The neoprene material that these are made out of is a little bit thicker, so it offers some nice protection. Also does offer a little bit of additional cushioning, so they're nice and comfortable. And while neoprene isn't waterproof, it is water resistant. So if you have a quick spill on one of these or a quick passing shower, you can brush water or other liquids off of it. It won't soak in immediately, which is nice, especially in a Jeep. We have our top down. You're in and out of mud puddles when you're getting in and out of the Jeep. So having that additional protection is really nice. So these are going to be the most expensive seat cover option that we're going to talk about, but I do think you get a lot for your money. I think you're getting something that has great fit and finish if you're looking at this from the form perspective, but it also has a ton of protection if you're looking at it from the function side of things. So I do think these are worth the additional cost that you have to pay over some of the other options we talked about. So those are my top picks for a few different seat cover options fitting your 2007 to 2018 JK. Today we talked about the seat armor seat covers, those Smittybilt gear seat covers, the Barricade custom trail-proof seat covers, and the Rugged Ridge neoprene seat covers. Now again, these are just my picks, just my choices, just my opinions. There are a lot of different options out there. So comment below, let me know which seat covers you're currently running on your Jeep or which ones you're looking at getting and why. And also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that way you can check out more videos like this one, those detailed videos on each of the different options, and the best Jeep content out there.